Gauteng detective testifying before the Madlanga Commission has made explosive claims linking Economic Freedom Fighters leader Julius Malema to suspend Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya and a well-descended businessman with mining interest in the Northwest Province. The officer, identified only as Witness A for security reasons, took the stand on Tuesday in a partially closed session of the high-profile inquiry. He is part of the task team investigating the assassination of Vereeniging engineer and whistleblower Armand Swart. During his testimony, Witness A recounted an encounter with the head of the organized crime in South Africa, Richard Shibiri, shortly after the arrest of a multimillionaire businessman, Kadiso Katie Molefe, in December last year. Molefe, who has been linked to several high-stakes mining operations, is also accused of orchestrating Swart's murder. The witness stated, "Mr. Shibiri told me that Molefe was part of a group of 5 individuals with mining interest in the Northwest." He further mentioned another individual known as Z. Ngumalo, who resides in Sandton. According to Shibiri, Ngumalo is a close associate of Julius Malema, a politician who also appears to have ties of General Shadrack Sibiya. The revelation suggests a possible intersection between senior police officials, political figures, and controversial businessman networks operating in South Africa's lucrative mining sector. The commission is expected to probe deeper into these allegations, alleged connections, as it continues to investigate corruption, organized crime, and the apparent infiltration of criminal networks within state institutions. Meanwhile, the multi-millionaire murder accused, Kadiso Molefe, is alleged to have paid a bribe of 2.5 million rand to individuals handling his case in order to be granted bail. The damning allegations were made by Tuesday Gauteng detective testifying on Tuesday afternoon before the Madlanga Commission. Witness A is part of the investigating team that arrested Molefe in relation to the murder of Vereeniging engineer. Molefe was later linked to the murder of DJ Sambodi and Vintos. Serious allegations against the judiciary were made by Witness A, who claims the 2.5 million rand was paid by Molefe to be granted bail. Molefe was previously denied bail in the Alexandra Magistrates Court, but appealed the decision. The Joburg High Court overturned the initial ruling and granted Molefe of 400,000 rand 2 weeks ago. This followed Judge Brad Weinler's finding that the state's decision of refusing Molefe was unsubstantiated. Witness A claims they knew this decision was forthcoming and said prior to this bail, we had already received this information from informers and sources to say Kadiso Molefe will get bail, adding that Molefe bribed officials with millions to secure his release and said this was the figure that was given to us. He is going to pay 2.5 million rand for him to be granted bail. Witness A further stated that the transcendent documents were found at Kadiso Molefe's home. He outlined how investigations were compromised in a bid to ensure that suspects in connection with the murder of engineer were cleared of the charges. He implicated underworld figure Kadiso Molefe and senior police officials in obstructing justice. The witness unveiled a chilling web of corruption, cover-ups, and organized crime tied to the fatal shooting of Swart, now confirmed as a case of mistaken identity. Swart was gunned down in Vereeniging on April 17, 2024. Investigators now believe the hit was intended for someone else linked to whistleblowing within Transnet. Swart's employer, QT Tech, had reportedly drawn unwanted attention from the criminal networks embedded in state structures. Digital evidence presented to the commission revealed that Molefe made 119 second phone call to Johannesburg Central SAPS detective Michael Bullet Dow on April 12, just 5 days before the murder. Dow returned the call and visited Molefe's residence. Shortly after, hours later, Molefe sent Dow a WhatsApp message naming QTech, allegedly sealing Swart's fate. But the corruption ran deeper. Witness A alleged that the high-ranking National Organized Crime Unit officer, General Shadrack Shibiri, told investigators that 3 envelopes were available, bribes meant for the magistrate, prosecutor, and police investigators to ensure bail for Molefe and others.
Thank you, Commissioner. Now, this paragraph emanated from the call with the General. In this paragraph 94, it will go like this. During the call with General Shibiri, he told me that Mulife was part of a group of 5 individuals with interest in mining in the Northwest province, and that one of those guys belongs to a group of Abom Swazi, Nabom Tagati. That is him saying the names now. He also said another guy is a Zulu guy. He's a tall guy. Now describing him to me, he's known as Z, who stays in Sandton, who I understood to him to be Z Numano. He said Z is a close friend of Julius Malema, who is a politician, who then tends to be close to General Sibia. So he was connecting the person that we arrested to Z, and then Z to Julius Malema, and then Julius Malema, who is friend to General Sibia, the Deputy National Commissioner. Now he's painting a picture to me that I do not know, to now be aware that this is how the chain goes.
Thank you, Witness A. Can we go to page 32?
Perhaps before you do that, the Witness A, in that you referred, in quotes, you have Abom Swazi, from what you've read, Nabom Takat. The Abom Swazi, is it the same that the Mswazi that was mentioned, you mentioned yesterday in your evidence?
Yes, there will be now the cartel.
And then Bom Tagati?
It's also the member of the cartel.
Is it the same cartel or different? They're all in the same cartel?
The same cartel, yes.
Okay. And then this Ngumalo, Zengumalo, is there any significance to him that General Shibiri would have mentioned him to you?
Go like this. During the call with General Shibiri, he told me that Mulife was part of a group of 5 individuals with interest in mining in the Northwest province, and that one of those guys belongs to a group of Abom Swazi, Nabom Tagati. That is him saying the names now. He also said another guy is a Zulu guy. He's a tall guy. Now describing him to me, he's known as Z, who stays in Sandton, who I understood to him to be Z Numano. He said,
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.